in a world where magic meets reality, and where rainbows touch the ground. Journey with us through tales of enchantment, whimsy, and a sprinkle of stardust. Welcome to the Unicorn Podcast, where every episode is a magical ride.
Hello, magical listeners. Welcome back to Unicorn Podcast. I'm your host, Paul, and no, I haven't been sipping on unicorn frappuccinos yet. Today, we're diving deep into the unicorn diet. Ever wondered if unicorns are gluten-free or if they prefer almond milk over oat? All right, folks, lean in because I've got a tantalizing tidbit for you. Ever found yourself daydreaming about the glitzy days of yore when unicorns supposedly roamed free? Yeah, me too. But here's the juicy bit. I've spent many a night, buried under ancient manuscripts and scrolls, just casual bedtime reading, trying to figure out the culinary delights of unicorns. One might think, surely they feasted on rainbows. But here's a curveball. I stumbled upon a cryptic legend that spoke of unicorns dining under the aurora borealis, delicately nibbling on, wait for it, celestial mushrooms. Yep, it seems our horned friends had quite the gourmet taste. But then, imagine being at a grand feast in a forgotten era, and there's a unicorn at the following table, elegantly sipping on stardust soup. Just another Tuesday night, right? I believe our glittery friends had a diet as mysterious and enchanting as their very existence. And I've got more ancient foodie tales up my sleeve. But the real question is, would a unicorn share its celestial mushroom risotto with you? Diving into the tapestry of cultures worldwide, unicorns have left hoofprints everywhere, from ancient tapestries to bedtime stories. But here's the twist. Every culture had its spin on the unicorn munchies. As I've journeyed through different lands, virtually, I've encountered some delightful tales. In a hidden corner of a forgotten realm, unicorns would dance around a shimmering pond, sipping on the nectar of rare glowing flowers. I'm telling you, these creatures knew how to throw a party. Meanwhile, whispering winds speak of unicorns serenading the night in another part of the world as they feast on dreams and hopes. Now that's what I call a midnight snack. But here's the real zinger. Have you ever wondered why certain foods or drinks have a pinch of magic in different cultures? Could it be that the unicorn's snack choice influenced them? I'm just throwing it out there. But next time you encounter a delicacy that feels otherworldly, ask yourself, is this unicorn approved? Okay, magical fans, let's fast forward to our modern world. Gone are the days of unicorns grazing under twinkling stars. Now, we humans, in our ever-endearing need to sprinkle magic everywhere, have transformed our cafes and kitchens into unicorn havens. I've walked into coffee shops and been faced with a compelling dilemma. To sip or to Instagram? I mean, have you seen those unicorn lattes? It's as if a rainbow had a baby with a cloud. And don't get me started on unicorn cakes and cookies. I tried baking one, and let's just say the kitchen looked like a glitter bomb exploded. But beyond the shimmer and shine, there's something utterly joyful about embracing this trend. It's our way of holding on to a piece of that age-old magic. However, I sometimes ponder while munching on my unicorn-themed macaroon. Would a real unicorn give it a nod of approval, or just be utterly confused? Oh, the tales I've heard from you, my mystical listeners. From unicorn-themed birthdays to midnight feasts inspired by our horned friends, your stories never cease to tickle my funny bone and warm my heart. Let's dive into one, shall we? I remember the day, writes Gina, when I decided to throw a surprise unicorn brunch for my roommate. I spent hours crafting the perfect unicorn-shaped pancakes, only to realize I had no idea what shape a unicorn pancake should be. In the end, they looked more like, let's just say, mythical blobs. But when my roommate walked in, her eyes sparkled brighter than any star. We laughed, ate, and for a moment our tiny apartment transformed into a magical realm. Gina, it's not about the perfect shape, but the magic you stir into every bite. Every sprinkle, every dollop of cream, every shimmering sugar crystal is a testament to the enchantment you all hold in your hearts. And I must ask, how many of you have had your own unicorn culinary adventures? Would our legendary unicorns chuckle at our attempts or join in the feast? Now I've had my fair share of unicorn escapades. Gather round, listeners, because I have a tale for you. Ever tried making unicorn ice cream? In my attempt, I thought, how hard could it be? I got all the colors and the glitter and was ready to churn out magic. But as it turns out, mixing too many colors gives you, well, a shade I'd like to call mystical mud. Not precisely the vibrant swirl I had imagined. And there was that time I hosted a unicorn movie night. Picture this. Unicorn onesies, popcorn with shimmering sprinkles, and a drink I dubbed Unicorn Tears. Don't worry, no unicorns were harmed. It was just a fizzy, glittery concoction. Halfway through the movie, my cat decided to join the fun and knocked over the drink. Ever seen a cat covered in glitter? It's a sight. She looked like she was about to enter a unicorn parade. But through all these misadventures, I've learned one thing. It's not about perfection. It's about the laughter, the memories, and the sheer joy of embracing the unexpected. After all, isn't that what unicorns would do? Although I do wonder if they'd have better luck with the ice cream. Now, I'm not one to usually wear a lab coat, but I've always been curious about the science behind our beloved unicorns. Let's indulge in a hypothetical. What would their biological makeup be if unicorns were real, and in my heart they are? Would they be herbivores sipping on morning dew and moonlit grass, or might they have a taste for something more celestial? I once read a fascinating paper in between my usual fairy tale collections that speculated on the unique anatomy of a unicorn. Think about it. A creature that's part horse, part magic. Their horn alone has been a topic of countless debates. Was it just for show, mystical bling, or did it serve a more profound purpose, like a magical antenna? And then there's the age-old question that keeps me up at night. If unicorns grazed on rainbows, would their, droppings be glittery? I mean, it's a legit scientific inquiry. All jests aside, while our world hasn't given us concrete evidence of these majestic beings, it's heartwarming to think that somewhere in a parallel universe or distant galaxy, unicorns might be prancing around, leaving trails of magic in their wake. But a word of caution, if you ever stumble upon a glittery pile in the woods, it's probably best not to make assumptions. All right, listeners, I've got a treat for you today. While I may be well versed in unicorn lore and legends, someone here with me has taken it to the next level. Please welcome Dr. Luminara Adams, a leading theorist on mythical biology and a unicorn lover. Welcome, Dr. Adams.
Thank you, Paul. It's a pleasure to be here. And please just call me Lumi.
Ah, Lumi, diving straight into the heart of unicorns. Fact or fiction?
Well, Paul, in the world of science, evidence is key. While we don't have tangible proof of unicorns, the countless tales and legends across cultures are evidence of their significance in human history.
I've always wondered, Lumi, if, hypothetically speaking, unicorns existed, what do you think their daily life would be like?
Ah, a delightful question. Given the myriad of stories, I'd imagine them as creatures of the night, basking under the stars, and perhaps engaging in interstellar travel through wormholes, using their horns as navigational tools.
Whoa, space-traveling unicorns. Now, that's a concept. One last burning question, Lumi. If you had the chance to meet a unicorn, what would you ask or say?
I'd simply say, thank you. Thank you for inspiring generations, for igniting imaginations, and for being a beacon of magic in a world that so often forgets to dream.
Well said, Lumi. Thank you for gracing us with your insights and reminding us that sometimes believing in the unbelievable keeps the magic alive. As we trot towards the end of our mythical expedition, I'm left pondering about the allure of these magnificent beings. From ancient scrolls to modern-day treats, unicorns have transcended time, haven't they? Every shimmering drink, every glittery dessert we indulge in today is a tribute, a nod to those legends of yesteryears. It's our way of keeping the dream alive. But amidst the glitz and glamour of our unicorn-inspired world, I sometimes wonder, if a unicorn were to walk among us today, would it recognize its legacy? Would it marvel at our interpretations and chuckle at our imaginative concoctions? So, my magical tribe, as you sip on your next unicorn latte or bite into that rainbow toast, take a moment to reflect. Feel the enchantment, embrace the wonder, and always believe in the impossible. After all, in the words of someone very wise, okay, maybe it was me, the world is but a canvas for our imagination. Here's to unicorns, magic, and the childlike wonder in all of us. Until our next mystical rendezvous, keep dreaming, keep believing. All right, my magical comrades, if today's episode sprinkled a bit of enchantment into your day, I've got a little request for you. If you could take a moment to rate, review, and sprinkle some stars on our Unicorn podcast, it would mean the world to both me and the imaginary unicorn sitting beside me. But wait, there's more. For our dedicated listeners, we've got an exclusive offer. Ever dreamt of making the perfect unicorn pie? Head over to our Unicorn podcast website for a secret recipe. And if you're in the mood for unicorn shopping, there might just be a sparkly discount waiting for you at our partner store. Don't forget to gallop to our Unicorn Savers social media channels for more fancy giggles and unicorn musings. Trust me, it's where the magic truly happens. So until our next mystical rendezvous, keep the unicorn dream alive and kicking. As the last sparkles of today's episode fade, I want to extend a massive thank you to our magical guests, the amazing contributors, and our ever-supportive sponsors. Without you, this enchanting ride wouldn't have been possible. You've truly added the glitter to our unicorn journey, and for those of you eagerly awaiting our next mystical adventure, hold on to your unicorn horns. Next time on the Unicorn Podcast, we'll be venturing into the enigmatic realms of unicorn habitats, from enchanted forests to urban myths. Curious about where unicorns might hang their hats, or, well, horns, if they were among us today. Join us to unravel the mystery. Until then, always remember, magic is just around the corner, waiting for you to believe.